All right, guys, I just want to do a real quick video on lesser utilized angle theorems. It's stuff I want to let you know about, but we don't use it a ton. And I didn't want to throw this into the video over section 2.6 just because there's so much stuff in there. I didn't want to overwhelm you all at once. So here's a few things I want to cover, but we're not going to see it a ton. All right? So the first one is the congruent supplement theorem. If two angles are supplementary to the same angle, then the two angles are congruent to each other. That's basically saying that angle 2 and angle 1 are supplementary. They add up to 180. You can tell because they're a linear pair. Okay, they are two angles that make up a straight line. So 1 and 2 add up to 180. Over here, 1 and 3 add up to 180. So therefore, since angle 1 and angle 2 add up to 180, 1 and 3 add up to 180, angles 2 and 3 have to be congruent to each other. Same idea for the congruent supplement theorem. If two angles are complementary to the same angle, then the two angles are congruent to each other. So here I've got this diagram. I've got angle 1 and angle 2 that add up to 90, angle 1 and angle 3 that add up to 90. So because they both add up to 90, angle 2 and angle 3 have to be congruent to each other because they both add up to 90 with angle 1. Next idea I want you guys to know about is the right angle congruence theorem. And it says that all right angles are congruent. So if I've got two intersecting lines, like I do here, if one angle is a right angle, that means all four of them have to be right angles. So I know that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2, and that's congruent to angle 3, and that's congruent to angle 4, because every single right angle is the exact same measure. The last one I want to talk about, and I don't think we've ever used this one, but the congruent supplement right angle theorem. It says that if two angles are supplementary and they're congruent, then they are right angles. So if we break that down, if I've got two angles and they add up to 180, and those same two angles are also congruent, then 90 degrees is the only measurement that are the same but also add up to 180. So if they're the same, they add up to 180, then they have to be right angles. All right? So, oh yeah, there we go. Angles 1 and 2 are right angles. So that's the main idea I wanted you guys to get with those, just a few of those lesser known angle theorems. We're not going to use them a ton, but I do want you to be aware of them. All right? So hopefully this kind of lodges somewhere in your brain. It's going to be one of those things like we come across and it's like, hey, do you remember that one video that I told you guys to watch? And you'd be like, no. But anyways, I'm glad you watched it, and I hope maybe it comes in handy sometime. Thanks.